Hi guys, welcome to the video. Today we're going to do a little bit of a follow through from the video of the last sketchbook tour. So this is the book that I wanted to put on at the end of that video, but I thought that I would put it in its own video and kind of give it a little bit more time. So it's a beautiful book about Turner and Constable and kind of showing their landscapes and also some of the other Regency artists at the time. So a lot of these, it looks like they're dated around 1770 to 1800s. And I think that a lot of these were done actually on location. So at the time, painting oils on location was quite popular. I think then it went out and then it came back in as watercolor. I'm not really sure, but if you know, you can let us know. But yeah, like I love the one on the left there. It looks kind of like as if you're on a road trip and like it's becoming night or it's becoming morning. Yeah, quite interesting how simple some of them are, but how effective. So this is the one that they blew up a little part of it in the other, like the front cover page. And I love how they do that and kind of show you, like zoom in and show you parts of the painting. And then the one on the left there, it kind of looks like a map, but it's just like his viewpoint. But I really love how he painted that. And yeah, they're so beautiful how they can be on location and kind of doing just these magical landscapes, how they're getting the sky in there. Like look at the clouds in that one. I'm loving this kind of like olive ochre green gold for the light. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I love just looking at them and seeing like what time of day they may have been painting it. And you know, they're painting this and the sky is changing and you know, the light's changing. So it's quite remarkable how they're able to capture these beautiful scenes. It's also quite extraordinary, I think, that like they were depicting life then and that now, especially like a lot of the urban sketching and plein air painters, they're depicting life, you know, now as opposed to then, and the paintings are different. And I've found it really interesting looking at a lot of the old like Whistler and just different artists and the different like the style of dress that they had and how much that actually brings to the painting. So I feel like we should really start bringing like some bustle skirts back into fashion, because I just think it adds quite a bit to the painting. So I don't think that some of those old paintings would look quite the same if everyone was just in jeans. So yeah, but yeah, really it's just really beautiful to kind of be in the moment with them as they were painting and seeing kind of what they were seeing and how they were depicting it. And I love like this lady's face, the glow on her cheeks. It's so lovely. So, and then like behind the bridge there, you've got that little bit of light and sparkle coming through the water. Yeah. And like this one, how there's just the light is just coming straight through there. Really beautiful. And so this is the last one as well, and it's got also a lovely like little scene with a couple of people in it. Yeah, really beautiful. So I do recommend this book. I think it's very nice. I think one of the things that they said is that the picture quality isn't as good as it should be, and I do agree with that, but I still, as far as, you know, being able to see those things or not, it's still quite a nice representation. So the other thing is, I got a question last week about how I pair pinks and greens, and I think this comes from the video I did about contrasting colours and kind of this idea of split complementaries. And it was a really interesting question because I really don't think about it as in depth as that. I think that I just normally just kind of do it by instinct. But if I think about it, I probably do pair kind of warmer pinks and warmer greens and then cooler pinks and cooler greens. But I wanted to just show you that kind of in application with, just since we're talking about landscapes and looking at this book, I just wanted to show you two little different color options and kind of what that means for the painting and how that will, you know, come across in the painting and the different feeling that that will provide the viewer. So the first one here, we're doing a kind of warmer colors. So we have the Incarnate number 1 from Creamer, so that's like similar to the old Chinabrese from Wallace and Seymour, or like even like a Naples yellow reddish, it would be similar to something like that. So then we're using the French Earth by Greenleaf and Blueberry. It's kind of that like it's like the Daniel Smith German raw umber, and yeah, the greenish raw umber, and then it's kind of like the green gold, but I'm using a mix of Tiger's Eye, Daniel Smith Tiger's Eye, and lemon yellow, the Schminke lemon yellow, or is it the Winsor & Newton one? So you can see I kind of painted something in these colors, and that's kind of where I'm, when I got the question, I was kind of thinking about that. Yeah, so, and then this one is the Isero Rose, and this is the Greenleaf and Blueberry Malachite. So you can see straight away it's like a different pairing. These are cooler colors, they're more towards blue, where the other ones were all more towards like a more yellow, more warmer. And then this one, the last one was the what am I saying, Beam Paints Viridian. So yeah, so let's just go back to the first set of colours, and I can list these and link them below if you need them as well. But yeah, so you can see, basically we're just going to paint these little mountain scenes. So this is a very nice way to kind of do some little studies and colour studies and kind of look at the shape of the mountains and how they're kind of formed, and how the crevices and the kind of ebb and flow of the mountain comes together. You can also see that I have taped around the edges there just to give it a nice crisp edge. And I'll also often not go to the edges of the tape as well, so I'm still going to leave some of that inside the painting, and I think that also gives it quite a nice feeling. But so for watercolor, we have to work from the lightest colors forwards, so we work to the darkest colors. Those are the tiny kind of last things that we put on. So I'm putting on the lighter colors for the hills there, and I'm also still leaving some highlights, and then I'm doing the same thing in the sky with the clouds. So I'm using that kind of peach color, and I'm painting sort of around the clouds. You could also paint the sky and then lift out some clouds as well, but I'm just doing it this way. I'm also letting some of the hills bleed into the sky as well. You can see that I haven't been too careful to separate those or to let one dry first. I'm just letting this kind of moment take shape and just allowing it to move around the page. So I also forgot to mention I just put in some of the phantom fire, or like the iridescent. I'm not sure what it is. It's like one of the Daniel Smith iridescent ones. I can put it below. Yeah, in the sky, just to give it a little bit of brightness and that surprise shimmer. And then I'm going back in here with the green leaf and blueberry. The French earth, I'm pretty sure it's the French earth, just this really nice kind of deeper green, but it's got a little bit of like granules in it, so it gives kind of a little bit of a nice quality to the painting. And yeah, just adding those creases on top. I also forgot to mention that the mountain on the right, I used the Winsor & Newton Davies grey. And so in both paintings, I use the Davies grey, and I also use the shimmer colour, the same one. So you can kind of see how just changing a few colours that you're using, and you can still use some of those base colours, and yeah, it just completely changes everything. And I think that's one of the reasons that I changed the name of the channel to the Poetry of Colour, because I feel like that is one of the main things that we talk about on the channel, like really looking at colour and how that is impacting your art. And I think that's why abstract art can be so successful, just because the colours are so beautiful. Obviously a lot of work's gone into it, but the colour really impacts us. And there's a lot of merit to having a limited palette. It makes things a lot easier sometimes, and it also takes a lot of skill to mix things and figure out how to do those things. But I really love it when I find a color that can give that quality that I'm looking for, and just that exact kind of just the thing that it gives to the painting. I really, really love that. So that's definitely something that I'm always considering and I'm always kind of looking for. So this color here, for example, this is a creamer one. This is called their pink color, and it's like a potter's pink, but it's got a little bit more, it's a very beautiful color. I also really love the Winsor & Newton Potter's Pink, or the Roman Schmoll Potter's Pink as well. It would be similar to this colour. Yeah, so... So you can see, I love this part as well, where you just peel that off and it's so satisfying, the crisp edges. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of, you know, and obviously you can pair things completely differently. Like you could put those pinks from the one on the left with the greens from the one on the right and vice versa. I'm just kind of giving you one kind of interpretation of that. You know, it's definitely not a hard and fast rule. Any different paintings, you know, might need different combinations. So I'm just kind of showing you that you can do that. And maybe you do a painting and you don't really love it, and it could be just the color combination. So you could try it in different colors and see how that goes. And so the other thing that I did after I painted these was I created a little series of mountain paintings. So I know some of you have been asking for paintings in the shop, and one of the things I've been trying to figure out for a while is how to make a more affordable painting but still have it be substantial. So after I did these with and I really liked the kind of the crisp edges with the tape, I've taken these, yeah, and you can kind of see there how those two different color combos I kind of go back to. But yeah, so I've taken some 9x12 pieces of that thick cotton paper. So I'll show you the pad that these came out of in a minute. But I've just done some mountain. So I actually wanted to do just 3 paintings, and then I actually added a 4th, so one of them says 4 out of 3. But yeah, so I did some of these, and I always want the paintings, kind of the collections that I do, to have even like just a small one like this, to have kind of a meaning. And so I've called it Climbing Mountains, and it's a little representation and kind of reminder of how far we've come and, you know, how well we've done. So yeah, I just think it's a nice reminder that you know, we have come a long way. We do climb little mountains every day. And yeah, so you can see that there's the 4 paintings. So I'll pop these in the shop, and yeah, I hope you enjoy them. Oh, the other thing is they probably won't be in there till tomorrow at lunchtime. And I also wanted to say thank you for another wonderful shop update. So I hope that you really enjoy the watercolors. I'm halfway through finishing packing them, and they should ship out either by the end of the week or first thing next week. So yeah, they were really enjoyable to make, and I'm glad you guys liked them as well. Here's just a little sneak peek of them. And so that is it. I am trying to get ready for my video as well on Saturday, so hopefully there will be another one then. And yeah, I'll see you guys. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Bye.